Good morning. She's an early one today. I'm just now leaving the house. It's 5:53. I guess it's not that early. It's pretty early. Anytime that clock says 5 a.m., it's pretty early in my opinion. Anyway, what's happening? It's good to see you guys again. I am not in Texas. Wow, believe it or not, I'm starting an intro and it's not 100 degrees in Texas. I am back home where my roots are. I'm not sure if you guys know this, but I actually grew up in Northern Illinois. But I'm up here on behalf of Mr. Tackle Box. We got this big shoot going on. Long story long, I got a free day today. So we are going to get out on some ponds and film a banger for you guys. We are gonna be testing out yet another crazy lure, which I found on eBay. The lure I have is in the car currently. I haven't rigged it up yet. We are heading to a pond as we speak. Yes, this is another expensive lure. Yes, it is from Japan. It seems like all the crazy lures come from Japan. Without further ado, I'm going to zoot on over to the pond, meet up with my buddy Cade and George, and we are going to test to see if this bait lives up to all this hype and try to crank on some fish. So without further ado, folks, stick with it, stay tuned, and enjoy today's epi. Never leave home without this. The juice bag. And got some tackle too. And then of course, the battery. That's gonna fuel today's video. Alright. This is it. We're on the pond. This is fully happening. I'm joining forces with these two guys. Cade in the middle and then George in the front. I haven't fished with George in a while. Last time we fished was on this lake. We're doing some ice fishing. It was a real slow day. I just happened to pull a prank on him. It didn't end well, but today's my chance to redeem myself and show him that I'm actually a good person. And then last time I fished with Cade was 3 months ago. Cade might even sling around swim bait too today, so we're just gonna give her. We're just gonna give her hell. It's bright and early. Should get some topwater action and we'll just go from there. I'm feeling good. I'm groggy, but I'm feeling good. And boom, here she is. I've been keeping her kind of secret throughout the entirety of this intro, but this is it. This right here is it. The X-ray bluegill. I'm pretty pumped to fish this thing today. I don't really know how I'm gonna catch a fish on this, although I do know that bass in here eat bluegill. So this thing slightly looks like a bluegill, other than the fact that it doesn't at all. So we're gonna throw this thing up shallow. We still got some early morning shade. I'm just gonna try to catch a fish on this, and then along with that, give you guys my opinions, my thoughts, my ideas about this lure, and see if, you know, if it really is all that. We're gonna throw this thing around for a bit, see if we can't entice a few nibs, a few fatty nibs. We got this. Yeah. 5 minutes. Oh yeah, there's one. No way, dude. He choked it. Come on, come on, come on. Pretty good one. It's not giant, but it's a pretty decent one. Wow, confirmed this bait does get nibs. Fatty nibs. Fatty nibs. Oh, come here. Come here. X-ray bluegill does it. That was so quick. Unbelievable. Oh, thanks for filming, Cade. Well, there you have it. I didn't think it was gonna happen that quick. Never underestimate these weird lures. Sometimes they just have a knack for getting bites. It's a big bait. Like, this is big. I would have thought the first fish would have been like at least a 10-pounder, but we will take this little 2-pounder all day. First of many, I'm hoping. So we've confirmed this lure works. The only thing we have to do now is kind of figure out how it really can succeed out in this water and just kind of hone in on its full potential. Thanks, man.
Nice, bro.
Boom! Fully surprised. I just got done doing my little like intro to this lure, kind of introducing you to this this wild bait that I'm gonna be fishing today, and then not even like 6 casts in, I get that fish to come up and eat. And like I said, I'm just gonna test this thing out. I'm hoping to catch some bigs on it. Usually with these crazy lure challenges, it takes a while to get some bites, but that's a pretty good sign. I mean, we are fishing a really good pond today, so I'm gonna kind of bounce between that. Cade is also tossing around a little swim bait too. He's caught a decent one today, and we're just gonna mess him up. Straight mess him up on some weird lures. We got a lot of lake left to fish, and I don't know, just stick with it. Let's catch some more. Pretty new to this style of bait. I've thrown this lure before, but not in this style and not in this colorway. This is, yeah, this is kind of a new world for me. I've thrown the sinking version. There's a slow sink and a sinking. This is a full floating, which I think is kind of an uncommon style of bait to get, especially this color. They definitely don't make this color anymore. The X-ray color pattern is not a color you're gonna find like on Tackle Warehouse or any store. I had to get this on eBay, and I'm pretty sure it was used. So kind of a difficult color to come by, but it definitely looks cool. Like if you're into that weird lure scene, this is about as weird as it really gets. I don't necessarily know if this color is gonna like increase your bites for whatever reason, but as you saw there, it worked. And I think aside from the color, it's got a really good action. One thing I'm noticing too is when I'm reeling this thing, I'm pretty slow at a steady pace, is it's got a bit of like a knocking action. Like it's got some noise to it, which is pretty cool. The swim is pretty like dead on to an actual bluegill. I mean, I like the action, it's good. What else do I think about this lure? It's dirty. You can work it a few different ways, kind of twitch and pause, slowly reel it in. I'm just gonna kind of learn how to use this thing today. I like it so far though. Oh, there's one. Oh my God.
You just follow it?
Yep, there he is. Oh, Jesus. Someone's got to throw there. That fish is fired up. Oh, there was a nice bite. Damn. Oh, you're just a hair off. Come on, Cade. Don't let me down like that, dog. I just had a solid.
I saw the.
Yeah, that was
I didn't see the fish though.
That was a mean bite. Like he was going at it like 2 times in a row. That's the third bite of the day there. Fierce hit, but I guess it wasn't enough. I didn't feel it, but I just saw the wake. Kind of weird when you like see the bite but don't necessarily feel it. I don't know how I feel about that. It's not cool. That's one. Oh, hang on.
I think it's small, but it's got a lot of fight.
You sure?
Yeah.
Ooh, ain't bad.
It's a good size.
Woo!
Doubles, baby. Doubles.
Damn. I'm gonna switch to a jig for a bit.
Yeah.
Going against the grain here, you guys. I'm gonna switch to a jig just for a little bit. This is honestly not the stuff I want to be fishing with that big swim bait anyway, so I'm just gonna get this out of my system, crank on a few fish, and we're gonna go back to the swim bait. I truly believe throwing that big swim bait's the way to go when monster hunting today, but I do really want to try this out. Give this a full length angle. There he is. Okay, well, confirmed there are fish in here. I just don't think a lot of them are coming up for it. Like one thing I'm noticing, doubled. One thing I'm noticing is these guys in front are making pitches to the places that I'm casting, and they're definitely getting some bites, whereas the big skeleton bluegill bait's not getting as many chomps. Oh yeah, look at that. That's a chunk. Oh, just kidding, there he is.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's a big one.
That's a good one.
That's nice. That's a good fish. That's a nice one. Another fatty. Do you know George? Oh, he said he said he knows you. He said he ate a black and blue jig earlier. That's funny.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Bad hook set.
Yeah, something about a bad hook set and how he was going on about how it was a perfect cast. I don't know, it's weird. Sounds like you though. Well, now that I got that little jig bug out of my system, I'm now fully committed to throwing this thing right here. I don't want you guys to think that I'm losing confidence in this or if I'm just gonna like pull an audible real quick just for the sake of a title and thumbnail. I really do want to figure this thing out. Today is one of those days where those fish are more or less looking down opposed to up. And while this is a floating bluegill swim bait and it looks really good in the water, I don't necessarily think that they're keying in on that style of lure. Even Cade is throwing a much smaller swim bait right now, which should be getting more bites again theoretically, but it's just, you know, I think they're looking down, and that's one of the reasons why all three of us have been throwing the jigs for the past hour and a half. I guess briefly before we get to casting some more, I will say I really do like the action of this lure. It does look good. I know when I create these videos, you guys pretty much assume these lures are all hype. You know, $100 for a lure, that's gotta be ridiculous. It's just gotta be just clout, right? But really, in all honesty, the lure's got killer action. For $100, I don't know if it's fully worth it quite yet, but we still have a lot of the day left to fish and figure out what this thing is truly all about.
Yeah, I mean, if they're gonna come somewhere, probably be right here.
Yeah, they're not, yeah.
So there's one end of the lake where we never really fished.
Wake. Oh, big, yeah, big wake. Big wake. Oh my God, dude, he just barely nipped it. Hang on. Yeah, wait a sec. Something popped it. I saw its head. I think I need to find shallower water to get this thing in a fish's like mouth. Like throwing that cut wasn't doing it because it was just too deep there.
Right here.
Right on the dock?
Yeah, like 4 feet of water.
That's fucking insane.
You felt like
oh!
You got one?
Yep, I do. No, that was a big one. Oh my God, that was a giant. That was actually a fucking giant, dude. Like that was a big fish. Right in the shade. Holy shit, that was a giant. Oh my God, that was so big. Dude, I didn't even see the bite, I just felt it.
Yeah.
Damn. There we go, I'm on. Another one. Yep. Stay bit. Oh, yes, not a bad fish. First and foremost, shout out to Cade for filming this little bass right here. This is not a bait where you're gonna get a whole lot of bites. And I'm honestly using it today to see if it's a lure that I think I could use like on a regular basis. Of course, the reason why I'm using this lure today is for the sake of the video and just to show you guys something really unique and out there. But yeah, that's my second fish, my third really good bite. See a fish? Right before that fish, I had something very, very big. And that leads me to believe that this lure actually is more than just the hype. This could be one of those baits where you throw for larger fish. So we're gonna keep going down and look for some more nibbles. That was pretty intense. This lure works, like it's working. That first fish was not a fluke hit by any means. So we got a lot more shade coming up, some good big bass zones, and if we can get one over 3 pounds today on that skeleton gill, I'll be stoked. Oh my God.
Got him?
No, dude, he ate it on top of the water.
Did you get hooked?
No, I don't think so. Oh my God, that was so sick. It hit the tree and it came down and he ate it instantly.
Big fish on the shoreline.
Yeah, the shoreline's got some fish. That was so cool. That was so unreal. I thought I hooked him. So what you saw there was a whiff cast, a terrible cast into the tree. Thankfully, none of the hooks touched the branch. It went right back down. As soon as it hit the water, something came up and just cranked it. I think these fish are sitting right under the shade line, right under the trees as an ambush point, waiting for stuff to come out. So as soon as that bait dropped, that was like that fish's cue to come out and just annihilate it. That was really crazy. You see that like on frogs and poppers and craws, but not, you know, 3-ounce swim baits. That's just a little abnormal. Whew. I got my blood just frothing. Well, we just ended on a monster spang. My GoPro is dead and I just was kind of in the moment, not rolling with the footy, but basically this is what happened. There he is. It was like back-to-back catches. We caught 6 fish within a matter of like this. None of them on the big skeleton swim bait, but I just kind of want to sneak in some fish before we had to go. Getting late, it's getting hot. We're gonna piece on out of here. Before I close out today's video, I want to give you guys my overall like synopsis of this lure, because while it's just kind of cool to see this lure in action, I also want to go in depth and explain to you why I chose this lure to review today. I know a lot of you guys out there are lure heads and are interested in what it's like to fish with a lure like this. So I'm gonna kind of peel it back, give my overall thoughts, but first we're gonna slowly limp back to the ramp because we're pretty much dead on twin motor battery. But anyway, it's been a freaking gnarly day. Huge shout out to these two guys for taking me out. Be sure to check out. What'd you say?
Put it here.
I'm sorry, I totally left him hanging there. These guys are awesome for letting me fish their waters. Gonna head back to the ramp and then let's talk skeleton bluegill baits. See you there. We made it. Land. Oh. Alrighty. Oh God. Okay, here we go. Let's talk about this bait. It is a really cool lure. And a couple things that really stand out to me, let alone from the design and just the overall uniqueness, is the fact that it actually has a really good action to it. That's one thing I didn't necessarily expect from this thing. I thought maybe it was like gonna look okay. You know, the sinking models and slow sink models have really good action, but this one's a lot different. This is a tighter swim. I would almost go as far to say it's more of a swim bait than it is an actual glide bait. The one thing that was kind of racing in my head all throughout today is, would I have gotten more bites with this same lure if I'd thrown like a more legitimate color pattern, like maybe a bluegill or a shad? And honestly, I don't think so. I think these fish, when they see this lure, they're looking more for the movement, the action, the placement of that bait, opposed to the overall color. I know a lot of people probably disagree with me, but that's just the way I see it because I'm fishing this thing pretty fast. Yeah, I noticed there was like a few different ways you could work this. Slow retrieve, fast retrieve, twitch, pause, retrieve, you know, pulling it, sweeping it, letting it sit. There's a lot of really cool ways to work this thing to make it look good. So that's one thing I like about it, is the versatility aspect of the thing is pretty spot on. But again, worth over $100, still not 100% sure. I think the most badass part about this bait, other than the action, other than the fact that it's like a hard to find lure, is this iridescent eye that they include with this bait. Now this eye is only limited to this exact model. You're not gonna find this on any other bull shooters. The other pretty odd feature about this bait, along with the eye, is these little fins. These fins are completely rubber, like soft plastic, and they're detached from the body itself. That's something you don't really see in glide baits or swim baits, let alone. Also, the tail is a soft plastic. It's a little bit firmer, a little bit more dense than the pectoral fins. I don't know if that helps it swim or if that's just like kind of an added feature Deps was going with, but it's unique for sure. You know it catches fish, you know that it works. It's expensive, yes, but is it badass? Of course. This lure is not for everyone. As I say in all my expensive lure videos, I don't always believe in spending a whole lot of money on lures, but I do find these things pretty neat and interesting. So if you guys want to check it out, I'll leave a few links down below to where you can pick up these baits. Again, that color is pretty hard to find, but I'll look around on eBay, and if I can find some stuff, again, I'll drop it down there so you can check it out for yourself online. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe if you liked the video, and let me know if you guys want to see more crazy lure reviews and overviews and future videos to come. But thank you guys so much for the view. I appreciate you sticking around. I'm peacing out, signing out. I'll catch you guys next time in the next episode. And as always, folks, keep fishing, never stop.